Well, I can tell you what a difference one day makes. Look at where I am this morning. No, it wasn't a fun night at a friend's house. Blueberry is sick, and she is at the Midas. They had her since last night near closing, but they still haven't looked at her, which I find suspicious. You know, I couldn't bring everything out of the vehicle. All I got was a couple of items quickly. My boss had to pick me up, so I ended up staying with the lady that I know. She happened to have an empty house. She's kind of in transition, so I don't know what's going on with her, Blueberry, because they haven't told me yet. They haven't obviously looked at her yet. This all started after the last video. When I was in the park and I was getting ready to leave, I started up Blueberry, and it had like a funny, strong, sweet smell, and I was like, what's that? So I turned it off and I did some research. And yeah, I had smelled it a little before, yeah, but it seemed different. And I thought, looks like I need to take it to be looked at. So I backed out and I went down toward the Jiffy Lube because I had called them. And I talked to the guy and I said, do you think oil change will help? And based on what I told him, he said no, I needed to go somewhere else. So I was headed to the Midas, but it was on the other side of the street. So I went up toward the light, went down the street that I recognized, and I was in the parking lot. And I thought, why don't I just call Midas? So I stopped the car and called him. And he said, don't run the car. Stop the car. If what you say is what I'm thinking, then you need to not be driving it. So I did. I just stopped the car and waited 2 hours for a tow truck. And a little more than 2 hours, actually. The whole time thinking, look, you see how tired I am. Actually, I had pretty decent sleep, but on the floor, oh, it's hard. So they could, I don't know what it is. I'll let you know. So yeah, finally they came. They wouldn't let me take it to the dealership because it's too far away. I would have to pay extra. So all these options in my head, I don't really know anything till they tell me what's really going on. My hope is by stopping it. When I did, it was good enough to be an easy fix. But, you know, Blueberry's kind of been smoking a while. And it's kind of like she's probably always been smoking, to be honest. Everywhere I look, though, people's cars are smoking. I'm just like, maybe it's the weather, you know, kind of rainy, misty, moisture in the air. Maybe that's what I wanted to think. So, I guess there's nothing I can tell you until I find out. If it's more than I can deal with, which won't take much, we'll decide from there. So yeah, that's my update. No fun. Waiting for the tow truck. Basically, spent some time trying to figure out where I was going to stay. Where I thought I was going to stay, and the lady was not available. I'm still not sure where she is. I haven't heard from her, and I'm wondering if she went ahead and had to go into the hospital because she was thinking about it. But she didn't let me know, even though I left messages. But she didn't get them because they're on Facebook, and she hasn't been on Facebook. So my boss and I spent a lot of time waiting to talk to her, because that would have been my first place to go. Yeah, so I don't know what to say, except that everything's kind of up in the air. I'm going to spend the day trying to figure out where I would be tonight if I can't get Blueberry. No, this is not what I meant when I wanted to do what I wanted to do. The universe knows that. If this is to get me into the direction that I'm supposed to go, so be it. But I never didn't not like the van. It was the parking that was the problem. That was what we needed to settle. This other stuff, it seems like a long way around. All right. Well, have a good day. I'll update if there's updates.